Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hi if you're new here, my name is Andrea Johnson, Reiki Master, Teacher, and Practitioner, Energy Worker, and Spiritual Lifestyle Content Maker. So, hi if you're new here, I would really appreciate it if you would give this video a like and subscribe if you like this sort of content. But with that being said, welcome back my friends to another sit down video, a conscious chit chat, so shall we say. In today's sit down, I wanted to discuss what it means to heal. And we hear this concept all the time, healing work or inner work or shadow work. Kind of those are the topics that really come to mind when I think of healing. More like spiritual work or just something that disagrees with me internally. So I really wanted to dive deep into the concept of what it really does mean to heal. And the more that I experience, the more I kind of come to change my thoughts per se. So I'm gonna kind of start where I first started at when I kind of developed the idea of healing. And I say it is an idea because we are all already whole, perfect, and complete. So when I first thought of healing, I was thinking of like inner work, of a spiritual like inner work of clearing energies, of being more in alignment with my authentic self is more of what my focus was on healing. Most people when they start a spiritual journey, they're questioning their existence, they're questioning their life, their purpose. Something is feeling off internally to them. And as we know, when we feel off on the inside, that is the soul's communication to us through emotion, which how we feel, and it is up to us to, as the consciousness, to determine what it means. So usually when people are feeling depressed or sad or just anxious and they keep having these repetitive problems, they set out on a journey to figure out why do I feel this way? That's how I started my spiritual journey. I was looking for answers and I went down rabbit hole after rabbit hole trying to figure out like, why am I anxious? Why am I depressed? Why do I hate myself pretty much for no reason? I wanted to self-destruct. So as I went through the rabbit hole of healing, I came across Reiki, I learned about the energies, I really learned what the human body was, what the energies were, and so I highly do recommend this. That is a whole topic in itself. I highly recommend watching one of my previous videos on like Reiki or the energy, or just really diving deep into what being, life and existence really is, and quantum physics and that sort of thing. So once I kind of learned what the energy was, and I came across Reiki and I started using it as a tool. I started using it to identify energies in my body, emotions, which are energy and motion, and it really taught me how to clear my own energy. It taught me my power, and then it further taught me more of what the energy is with life and how I can manipulate, my own energy, that I am the conscious creator of that. So it's kind of like a form of shadow work that I went through, and shadow work is just identifying what is wrong, or what we are telling ourselves that is wrong with us. And so it was just identifying some of the lower vibrations within myself and clearing them and understanding how they got there. Understanding, childhood trauma. There are triggers that you can go, you obviously react and you're the one creating these things within you. So as I went down this rabbit hole, it opened up my eyes to life in general and who I was, and I got to know myself more, and I experienced so much, because the more that you heal, you're clearing out energies that no longer serve you, which are, low vibrational energies that are not in alignment with your soul, which your soul is a very high vibrational being. And it can get masked with these low vibrations and caught in the human energetic system when you have the same thought patterns on repeat. So what I took as a meaning to heal was that I had to clear these low vibrations, that my main focus was, I don't want to feel like shit anymore. And as I went down that journey, a self-discovery journey, and don't get me wrong, like, so many epic things happened, guys. So many epic experiences with the energy, and especially with Reiki and Reiki sessions, and what that practice did for me. As I went down the road, I started to understand, or actually see, I understood more of my own mind, and I understood more of the power of the mind, that we essentially we have the same mind as God, and the energy responds to that, of which is our thoughts and our intention. You know, we are the driver's seat behind here and also in here. But I started to understand the laws of the universe, the laws of energy. And the more focus that I put on trying to heal myself, and just that wondering why I was always focusing on, you know, anxiety. I've always labeled myself as a person with anxiety, that had, you know, a form of depression. I don't want to say I was really depressed, but I always labeled myself all these things, and I constantly worked and did shadow work and really like dove deep into understanding how I got them and why, but it did not help me get rid of it. I could clear the energies with, you know, tools of meditation, and I could bring myself, you know, to the present moment, which essentially, when you're clearing energies, that's kind of what you're doing too. I could get myself in alignment, but I could never stay there and hold that, because then the ego would come back into play, life would test me again, and I would be like, I'm just this person with anxiety, or with that I want to self-destruct, I want to throw my life away. And I had to constantly like fight against this resistance I was creating. The more I acknowledge this resistance, guys, the more it manifested. It's as simple as that. And I kept using spiritual tools to help me, when all along it was in me. It was me creating the resistance. It was my idea that I was this thing because I labeled myself as this thing. It was me thinking something was wrong. I made up this idea that I was this thing, this ego, this anxiety, this depression, because I kept reinforcing it, and I kept trying to heal it, thus reinforcing this cycle that I was not embodying the person who I wanted to be now. I wanted to be anxiety free. I wanted to be somebody who could just flow in life and just be happy and embody a higher frequency. And once I realized that my intention was basically causing a trap and a loop pretty much within my brain, I had to work on being more in the present moment, and I had to work on understanding that I was the creator of these things, and life was going to be a constant test for me. And no matter what, it was going to happen. The mind, you can't really control it. It's a monkey mind. It is the best way that I can really describe the human experience is we are this body, right? This body is an avatar, and what it does is it harnesses energy, and that is it. And you want it to harness the energy that is the soul, that is you, for a human experience, and it is just part of the experience of the light and the dark, the polarity here. You cannot escape polarity here, and I'll get more onto the meanings behind that in a second. But it is, gosh dang, I lost my freaking connection. There's all these other energies as well that you can either create because you are the creator, you are the mind of God, or that you can absorb because we are like a drop of water in a sea of energy. There's energy all around us. They're like streams, like literally going everywhere, guys. That's what the universe is, like a web. So you can either allow energies to come in, you can clear them, and you can create them. And it is up to you as the mind of God what you do and do allow. And it is your intention behind everything, behind the emotion, the energy and motion, that really dictates as well too, because you are the judge. You are invoking judgment on yourself. So whatever kind of intention behind an action or an emotion, you're placing that on yourself. And you ultimately are the creator of everything. And so then your reality will shift to match said vibration that you are spinning. Kind of getting a little off topic here. But once I started to realize my power, as you can see, and I started to understand the mind more, that I really could not battle said mind. The more I tried to battle my darkness, the more darkness it created. The more that I tried to stop said darkness, the more it created resistance to it. On energies that, and I say darkness, but energies that I really just didn't want to spin in this body. So I had to surrender. Now that I am understanding healing more, we have tools to heal, guys. This is what, you know, Reiki and tarot and energy work and all that stuff, it's tools to heal. But the more that I surrendered and allowed myself to actually feel the way that I do and giving myself permission, the more I felt these energies go away. The more self-acceptance I gave myself, the more validation I gave to my feelings, and the more nurturing to my soul that I gave, the more healing I found happened. I did not necessarily try to get rid of said energies anymore. I just allowed these things to happen, and I gave myself permission to feel the way that I did, and I nurtured myself. And when I started doing those things, they kind of just disappeared. You know, the more that I go on in the spiritual journey and the more that I learn, the more that I realize that yes, polarity, the light and the dark, we are both, and we have to love ourselves in the here and the now as both to really thrive, to really live. You know, when you think of a spiritual journey and a healing journey and all that, you kind of think that there's like this end destination, and I'm here to tell you guys, and you can believe it if you want, but there is no end destination. There is no I'm healed, you know, I have reached ascension. We can't ascend in this. We can ascend. I'm pretty sure I've done it, but we can't stay there. And you know, our bodies are here. You know, we're supposed to be here for a reason. We're in the here and now for a reason, guys, and that is where you will find your power, in the present, and that is where we need to exist and fully accept it. When we're trying to sit here and ascend and avoid the darkness, it just, like I said, creates more darkness, and we're trying to cover up an aspect or an expression of ourselves that will provide us with so much experience and learning, the whole point that we came here. We're not trying to create heaven on earth, guys. I know I've said it, you know, that we're shifting, we're raising consciousness and all that stuff like that, but Earth School is Earth School. Like, we're here for her. We're here for our planet, and we are a piece of her as well. We are a piece of spirit as well. We are the human experience. We are that bridge between the Father and the Mother, between the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, the Son, and the Mother Earth, coming together with us being the conduit and expressing itself really here to learn more about itself. And this is just part of existence in the universe. And I'm really getting kind of off topic here, but it's kind of part of it too. This is chit chat, but once you understand this and the two energies coming in and then up, it's within you, coming out of the heart chakra, And once you realize that you're really not trying to ascend anywhere, everything's happening in now. It's right here and right now. And when you think that you're trying to ascend, going somewhere, because when you think of ascending, you're going up to the light. When you're trying to constantly be the light, you're doing yourself a disservice, because you're telling yourself you're not the light. And you are. And it's all right here within you. That should not be your spiritual journey goal, to ascend and be light and love all the time. Your goal here is to have a human experience. If you think about it, guys, life in the higher realms really doesn't exist. The experience here doesn't exist up there. And the only thing that really exists up there is light and consciousness. Yes, there are higher vibrational frequencies, which is like, you know, love, joy, compassion, things like that. But when you get to the oneness, guys, when you get way up there, it's just consciousness. It's just consciousness. And when there's one frequency, there's a flat line. There's no life. There's no life to be had. Now, when you have polarity like you do here, you have, the energy works in waves. So it goes like this. And I've said this so many times to my clients, to people that I talk to who are going through a rough time, and I'm like, it's okay. Energy is like a roller coaster. It is designed this way. We're not gonna freaking escape it, guys. So when it goes like this, it's like a heartbeat. You have to have a pulse to live. We cannot have a flat line. So this is why we're here. And a healing journey is just a human journey, you know? I don't even like the word healing, because it insinuates that something is wrong. So it's just that we are. And when you show yourself love and compassion and understand that you're just trying to exist in the here and the now and find harmony within all of it. That's it. When you avoid your darkness, you will not find the light. So when I think of healing now, I think of just giving myself permission to be who I am in this moment and not putting judgment on myself, because that's creating resistance. Judgment is a low vibrational frequency. I just give myself forgiveness. I learn and I move on, and life will test me again. And trust me, it does. This knowledge does not mean that I don't feel, or like I don't, you know, get upset or anything like that. I am human. I experience everything just like you guys. But I have a conscious awareness of it, and I try to be more emotionally intelligent. I understand the laws of the universe and the energy, and I understand all of that. And so now I just embody, and once you realize you are the creator, you can really have fun here, and you can create the life that you want and what you would want to create with others, for others, whatever it so may be. This is supposed to be fun, guys. This is supposed to be fun, but also learning and expansion. Once you realize that you are this oneness of all mind, this one encompassing mind, you realize that every spiritual practice is trying to get you to the same point. It is trying to point you that you're going on this huge ass journey, trying to get you into the now. So you can have this realization of who and what you are. You remember who you are in the now moment. That is where I remember it. That's where I have to bring myself back when I do feel out of control, or I do feel anxiety or whatever energies, and I bring myself back to the now moment. And we can use all the spiritual tools that we have learned along the way, like breath work, like energy work, like reminding ourselves, like mantras. You learn all these things and it brings you back to the same spot, the now, where life is happening now. To have the realization that you are this illusion. But you have this realization, and you understand that the more that you try to embark on your healing or spiritual journey, the more that it kind of like just, there's a purpose to it, but the more resistance you actually create. But at the same time, you need that. You need these journeys and the experience with all the spiritual tools, or most of the time at least. People need these things in order to fully come back to who they are. And you come back to yourself with all these experiences, with new knowledge, with new ideas, and you grew, right? So then, like, once you're in the now and the remembering and everything, and then you kind of like, because life is an illusion and it's a test and all this stuff, and you kind of go back, you're gonna forget. I mean, we all forget. We cannot stay in our God selves forever, you know? I mean, I don't know, maybe. But you go back in life, and then you start learning and doing all these things. You go learn more about spirituality. You learn more about experiences in your life and more about yourself. And you try to constantly, you know, bring yourself back or whatever. But when you come back to the now, and again, when you circle back around the spiral, you come back around, you come back with more experiences. You come back with more knowledge, more intelligence and wisdom to add to the collective, and you repeat the process. That's pretty much it. And so you can kind of see how this works. But the fun part is that we're here to create. You know, I make fun of this stuff all the time, even though deep down I know what this is, but I'll talk about duality, even though I know essentially it doesn't exist in the higher realms, but it exists here on Earth, in this dimension, and things like that. There's so many different kind of concepts out there that exist, but when you go up to the grand scheme of everything in life, it's just one. But I think I'm getting way off topic here. You can kind of see how the journey works, what really healing means to me now, and that is just finding harmony within your life, learning how to balance self-acceptance, self-love, and compassion, embodying that for you, and not invoking judgment, and not invoking judgment on others either. So I would say that is more of what healing means to me now. Hopefully that it made sense to you guys. This was quite the rant. So, but yeah, comment below what your guys' thoughts or takes on this. Maybe it kind of expanded your consciousness a little. But with that being said, guys, I greatly appreciate you sticking around if you have for said long. If you like this kind of content, comment below on some things that you want me to talk about. With that being said, my friends, I'm sending you guys all of my light and all of my love. We'll see ya.